Good morning, guys. Shantin here. A new dawn is breaking over the tree server, and I am in my little house in the fishing village with burning zombies behind me. Always a good start. I thought you might like to see what I've been doing and my new project. Let's just put F1 on, then I can see what I'm doing. We come past the fisherman's shack that I've built, and I am building a pub. Now, being English and coming from the south coast of England, I have spent a lot of my youth in riverside pubs, so I do know how a pub should be built. Whether this is how they build them on Minecraft and in medieval, I don't know, but this is definitely how a pub should be built. The materials I'm using are oak and stone for a very good reason. I have already started on the pub. So what we have is a little bridge here, because looking at the port, I thought that the harbour I had wasn't big enough. So I have made this long harbour, and we all know that boats are held to turn round. So you can come in this side of the harbour and go out that side. And of course you can then tether and step off and go to the pub as one should. The fisherman has a new gate because no fisherman, no self-respecting fisherman would have a fisherman's cottage next to the pub and not have a gate straight to the pub. The pub entrance is set as close as I could get it to this little bridge, and the bridge of course is high enough for a boat to go through. And coming in we have a very nice log fire. In England we would call this an inglenook fireplace. It's big enough for people to walk into. I don't know if you have the same ones in the States. It's all work in progress. There's a little bit of oddity around here that you just have to bear with me, guys, because this is work in progress. So far nothing's caught fire, for which I'm very grateful. As you can see, I'm working on the roof. Nice little places where you can sit and have a look out, quiet beer. I wish we could put pots on these little plates. I know we can't, but it's a shame that we can't. I haven't put the glass in yet in case I change the build. This is the bar, another little inglenook here, and of course any pub has its little back passage that leads to the local islands and places like that, and we've got many pubs in Britain that have these little back doors where you can get across from a different island or a different part of the bay or something like that. Of course you want to maximise the space, so the windows are protruding to enable me to get more room behind the bar for shelves. I'm going to need a couple of brewing stands. Nice little thing there. I think that I'm going to lower that maybe to a lower, just a low table to go with the seat. I think one of these would be better. This door is going to be to the floating wooden platform on which we will put our summer tables, and we will have some sort of sleeping quarters in the attic up here, but this is yet to be decided. The absolutely fascinating thing I found was that I decided behind the bar we ought to have a cellar. So I dug down, and there is a very large cellar down here because I decided to try to put some barrels in here. And when I was looking at what dimensions it would need, the ones I want to put in may come up pretty big. So we'll have to see about that. I have mended the wall where it was either granite or dirt. And so I've put in bricks, and they're smooth bricks, broken bricks and everything, and it is meant to look like a mended cellar. I then decided that we've mined so extensively from Jackass Ranch that I might start a secondary mine down here. So I started this mine shaft. I must put a torch up on that one. I thought I'd got them all. And coming down here, what did I find? Are mining tunnels, and I have managed to actually come out underneath Jackass Ranch. It just shows you how far we've mined, guys. Our mines go right under the pub, and that's, I mean, the pub is not even halfway along here, so we must be under the nearby islands. And I've put a jack-o'-lantern there just to mark which passageway it is. And then we come up here. We have our own secret entrance to the pub. So there you are, Jackson. You'll be able to nip down here along the passageways and have a quiet drink when no one's looking. Yep, we have a slime, as always. Oh, a big slime. Oh, let's get you out of the way. Okay. Okay, and I'm going upstairs because I am harvesting these vines like mad at the moment, and the reason is that obviously building near water, the bricks are to some extent water stained and waterlogged. Now, I was told that there was a FedEx delivery for me. Aha! Oh, dog, you're an absolute star. I was moving horses, and I might actually leave them in there because it's such a useful place to keep them. And I might put the slime in there too for when I try to make leads, because I had a devil of a time moving horses with just one saddle. So dog, thank you very, very much indeed. Very much indeed. So guys, running on back, having been in a complete circle, which I have now discovered, and I think that's rather good actually, because where I live on the south coast, many places I've lived, all along the south coast, when there was the war between England and France that lasted for 100 years, there were a lot of smugglers, and they would bring in mostly things like brandy, silk, laces, tobacco, and they would smuggle them across to avoid duty. And of course, information was smuggled both ways, but it wouldn't be unheard of to have a water door where someone could sneak in under darkness, unload a few kegs of brandy or a few bolts of silk and take them through an underground passage up to the manor house. And that really actually would have been, and there are many passages like this and many things that went on in those days. So I just thought I would leave you there, guys, with so far, the progress on the pub. I think it's looking quite a nice little place. I must say, I do fancy sitting here, you know, glass of something in hand, in front of this big in front of this big fireplace in the rain. Does rain put out fire? I don't know, this is protected anyway. Oh my goodness, I'd better get this roof up quickly. On that note, guys, bye-bye.